Well. If in a chase of 402, if we said that Pakistan should be on the ropes, you would believe us. But no. New Zealand are on the ropes thanks to Fakhar Zaman's accelerating 100 or 63 balls. The fastest ever by a Pakistan batter in World Cup history. 9 sixes, the most by a Pakistan opener in World Cup history, beating the previous mark of guess who? Imran Nazir. 8 sixes he had hit against Zimbabwe. Now, for all you Pakistan fans, what do you think? 160 for 1 in 21.3 overs. Are they ahead? Yes. Pakistan are ahead on the DLS method by 10 runs.
And in fact, that's the main reason why you could see that later on. Of course, Fakhar was going big guns. He took a big liking to Glenn Phillips in particular. Absolutely pilloried him all around the ground. But when it came to about the 17th, 18th over, it was getting darker at the Chinnaswamy. You could see it on television. They were showing clouds, shots of the clouds on the live broadcast. And you knew at that point that they needed to kind of keep that momentum going. So they went big. Not only did he attack Phillips, he went for Santner, he even attacked Bolt and even Tim Southee. Tim Southee came on for 1 over and first ball, 6. So they knew that they had to be ahead of the equation, and so far, well, they are ahead. But again, there doesn't seem to be a likelihood right now that the game will be rained out. Far from it. Remember, the time right now is about 5:10, if my memory serves me.
5:10.
5:10, and it's about half an hour at the time of this recording before we start losing overs. You start losing overs at 17:40 local, which means 5:40 p.m. IST is when you will finally start to lose overs. But we know that it was a bit of a breeze at Bangalore. We know just how good the drainage system is over there. So I think you will get at worst a truncated game. I don't think you're getting a washout.
But remember, after 5:40, every 4 minutes you'll start losing overs, not 8, because 2 innings are not at stake here.
Exactly. Here it's just the 1 innings is already done.
Yep.
So every 4
And
minutes.
half of the 50 overs. 20 overs are done here. So if the match gets rained out, don't worry, you have a match. Pakistan will be declared winners if the match is rained out now. But remember, there is still a lot of grace period. You're not expecting any more rain after 6 p.m. There was a threat of rain at around 4, 5 p.m.
Which is what actually pretty much happened.
It did happen.
4 o'clock, 4:30 times is when you saw the clouds really start to build. And near 5 times, it just started to pour.
It did. And remember, it started with a drizzle. But at that time, already 20 overs were done. And that was the key thing, really. And Pakistan probably knew the target that they were going to go after. And Fakhar Zaman ensured that they gave him 10 runs of extra cushion in case a wicket fell, because he was taking a high-risk game. He was slog sweeping the spinners. He was lofting them straight down the ground. One shot in particular, it was just out of the reach of Mark Chapman at deep mid-wicket. And that's why all these risks put together, Babar Azam has played a good role with 47 or 51. He has also played the ideal fall unit. But remember, if the game resumes after 5:40, if you have every 4 minutes an over lost, the adjusted target might necessarily not be in Pakistan's favor.
Exactly.
Also, because New Zealand had a good blitz in the middle session and towards the end also. That is why Pakistan will have to keep the momentum going, and Fakhar Zaman in particular. We thought the Bangladesh game was a fluke. This guy proved that even against New Zealand. Remember, as I mentioned in the mid-innings, when did Fakhar Zaman have his best period? When he hit 3 consecutive centuries against New Zealand. Now he's hit yet another. And the stroke play that was on offer, my goodness.
Yeah, it's exquisite. But I think one of the things that you have to remember here in this case is that I don't think Pakistan have too many other batters who can play like that. Fakhar is one of maybe 2, if you include someone like an Iftikhar. And of course, I think Pakistan would have been really benefiting from having the likes of Shadab and Nawaz as batters.
Yeah.
I know as spinners they're so, at least in this particular format, but as batters they provided you some lower order muscle. Unfortunately, I don't think you have that right now. That's no disrespect to the likes of Agha Salman or whoever else is batting. Even Iftikhar, we know Iftikhar can tonk a few. But the key now for them really is how long can Fakhar Zaman bat? Because he's gotten to his 100. He didn't really slow down in pursuit of his 100, mind you. He was just going all guns blazing. The only time he actually slowed down was when he was on 99 and he took a single. But after that, straight back to the
Just
6th
2 balls. Just 2 balls. He hit a 6, then he took a single. That's it. 100 runs of 63 balls. The fastest ever by a Pakistan opener in World Cups. The most number of sixes hit by a Pakistan opener. Who would have thought? 9 sixes. A Pakistan opener. Let's make no mistake. This is the same Pakistan opening duo that had Imamul Haq and Abdullah Shafiq. Talk about conservativeness. Talk about X factor in a different level altogether. Fakhar Zaman left-handed. We knew the punch that he was going to have. And 7 sixes plus 9 now 16. Oh, it's truly a remarkable sight to see Fakhar Zaman play the way he has.
The key with him always is, consistency. How consistent can he be? There's no doubting his ability. We know he's that X factor player. We know it is in fact, he's someone who can really be a game changer. Can be that player who can really just take the game away from the opposition. He just doesn't do it often enough.
Yeah.
And I think he's chosen absolutely the right time to kind of showcase that ability. But I do agree with this comment from Biplav around where he says that just one wicket in Pakistan will slow down, especially if that wicket is Fakhar.
Fakhar Zaman, yep. Remember, Fakhar Zaman has played these kind of knocks in the past as well. I mean, you look at that 193 that he hit against South Africa in Johannesburg. It only ended because of a freak run out. And also, if you look at it, that 210, you will again dismiss it was against Zimbabwe, but he did do it at that time. So, Fakhar Zaman is the only Pakistan batter who can push the boundaries, you want to say, of Pakistan's conservativeness. As I've always been criticizing, maybe Pakistan's cricket is stuck in the 90s. Fakhar Zaman is that particular individual who has not been stuck by the 90s bug, and that's why he's performing like how modern batters do. Baseball like, Joss Butler like, all those things. So it's truly a remarkable situation. So for people who are joining us, let me just sum up the situation what it is. Fakhar Zaman has scored the fastest 100 by a Pakistan opener in World Cups. Second, Pakistan are ahead of the Duckworth-Lewis system by 10 runs. You are not actually going to start losing overs until 5:40 p.m. IST. After 5:40 p.m. IST, if you start losing overs, it will be 1 over every 4 minutes. So, whatever happens, Bangalore's drainage system is one of the best in the world. The subsurface aeration system will ensure that at least you have 20 minutes, the match starts. But looking at the way how the situation is, if the rain doesn't stop in the next 7-8 minutes, Saurabh, that's what I'm coming to. Is the rain slowing down? Apparently, the rain hasn't slowed down. If it doesn't slow down in the next 10 to 15 minutes, then you are definitely getting a truncated game. Definitely. Because you'll at least need 15-20 minutes to ensure that the game starts.
But a truncated game would not be to Pakistan's advantage. They want either 50 overs or a washout.
But I think the start that Fakhar Zaman has given them, I think they are in the driver's seat. I mean, everybody was pointing out the body language that the New Zealand players had. It felt as if they had to defend 200.
Rather than
not
400.
400. That is the situation. And remember, one wicket fell, but that was because of a fantastic catch from Kane Williamson of Abdullah Shafiq. And that is why, as Saurabh, I agree, any truncation will be in the advantage of Pakistan, I guess. But considering New Zealand had a very good middle session, that is why I think this will be advantage Pakistan in a way. In a way. But we don't know the DLS calculations as of yet, what will come up. And at this point in time, I think we don't have any further update on the rain.
Yeah, so we'll be back when we do in fact have another update for you guys, because it does seem like Siddharth pointed out the rain hasn't really eased out yet in Bangalore, which is not a good sign, especially if you're a New Zealand fan. But it does seem like that Kudrat ka Nizam is still very much alive, much derided, much maligned, but very much in play as things
Exactly, yes. Kudrat ka Nizam. Kudrat is really been very compassionate to Pakistan. So we'll be back with the latest update, because remember, even the Australia versus England game, we'll be back for that also. The mid innings, that's also nearing 9 overs only left in Ahmedabad. No threat of rain there. But here in Bangalore, we'll be back for the latest update from me and Shane. It's bye-bye. We'll be back for more updates. Tap that bell icon, please.
2023 World Cup.